Hi, folks. Welcome back to the Sty Shack. Little adjustment there in my chair. Hey, time for another video. Yeah, and for all of you folks that have been following me along for so long, you know that now I do specific topic videos. Just my top knot there. Specific topic based videos every Monday and Thursday. And once in a while, one here and there in between. And I do Sty Stories on Sundays only. From this point forward, every Sunday at 7 p.m., there's a Sty Story live stream. You can come in and for about the first half hour, and in the worst case, 45 minutes of this live stream, it's Sty Story time. It's just Sty telling a story, and folks are over in the chat yakking away to each other and listening to my story. And when the story is done, then I jump in the chat and look at what everybody's had to say about the story and what they've been talking about amongst themselves. And then we spend the rest of the stream just enjoying each other's company and discussing the story and other people's adventures that the story helped them recall and things that we could all relate to. We did the first one and it was awesome. It went just absolutely perfect. So that's the future here on the Sty North channel is Sty Story Sundays, every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Every Monday and Thursday, a new video, such as this one. And the occasional video squeezed in here and there, and the occasional live stream. And changes in the schedule will occur next fall, going into winter. But nothing to worry about till then. So let's get on with this video. And what's the topic tonight? Well, the title of the video is Just Mud. Just mud. And that's what Sty's dealing with right now. Just mud. Okay, we've got rain currently forecasted for the next 9 days. Well, then I went to the Weather Channel. They forecast out to 2 weeks. From what I see, we're only looking at about 3 days in the next 2 weeks where the weather's going to actually be somewhat dry. Otherwise, it's just rain, 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 rain. Well, what that means is all of my favorite trails to my favorite places are going to be just mud. One spot that I want to get into and definitely want to scope out, because I'll be doing a lot of summer camping in that spot, has a grade that runs up a pretty steep hill, and then at the top it flattens out and it stays flat all the way in to where I'm going. And in the summer, in the best time of the year, going up that grade, there's 2 mud holes that you gotta cross. I've never seen a car going up in there. I've seen people with a Jeep Cherokee drive up in there in the summer. But in the wet months, spring and early or late fall, people stay out of there. Right after any heavy rains, people stay out of there. Well, Sty can get in and out of there with his King Ranch anytime, typically after early to mid-May. I really want to get in there now because there's a tree across the road. I want to get it removed. There's no way I'm taking the King Ranch up in there and tearing up the only access I have to it by vehicle. So I have to stay out of there because it's just mud. Yeah, I don't want to get in it. I don't want to tear it up, because then it'll just be that much worse this summer. And eventually it'll get to the point where I can't even get my four-wheel drive truck in and out of there without worrying about tearing things up. So that's a spot that's off limits to me right now because it's just mud. I am retired officially, so I have all the time in the world. And it's killing me because other than that spot, I checked out another one. And that's into a favorite waterfall. There's still snow all around in the woods going into that spot. To make matters worse, there's a huge amount of standing water in certain areas. And where the standing water is, to get around it, it's just mud. Just pure mud. Well, I thought, well, okay, there's another area farther inland, away from Lake Superior, where I frequent a lot of great waterfalls there. And I thought, most of them are in hilly, rocky areas. There won't be so much mud. And I went to scope them out. Well, the access roads to those locations are like my favorite campsite. They are just mud. I mean, for crying out loud, my truck will weigh twice its original weight by the time I get in there and out with the mud it's going to have on it. And again, I don't want to tear those accesses up getting into those favorite spots. I couldn't get within a few miles of those spots because the roads are so bad and they're just mud. Just mud. I did park in one spot and got out and looked around. It was raining pretty good. I looked around. I didn't even waste my time pulling the camera out because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get anywhere. I got out and I walked a bit into the woods. I'm on unimproved ground. It's not a trail, so it's not really exposed. But what was it? Just mud. Just mud. You can't hike right now where I'm at without having to deal with the fact that it's going to be just mud. Just mud. Well, I've got a fairly expensive pair of Lone Peak high tops that have the water shield on them. They're considered waterproof, and I tested them last year at a couple of waterfalls. Walked in water that was just about to the top of the shoe. No, water didn't come through. I walked through some muddy ground, or nasty muddy ground. Real wet. Water didn't come through the shoes. The only problem I have now is I stepped out of the truck today and tried to walk 50 feet into the woods. By the time I got back to the truck, my shoes weighed about 30 pounds each because they were covered with what? Just mud. And how much were they covered? Right over the tops. So waterproof or not, it's, and I love that because they always advertise hiking shoes and the like as they're waterproof. 90% of them are just water resistant. They're not waterproof. And the waterproof ones, after you've gotten many miles on them, they start to crack at certain locations, like around the toe and at the arch. That's a common spot. They'll get these hairline cracks in them. And what happens? That's just an inlet for water. Now you're wearing a waterproof shoe that's full of water. So you have to be aware that you're going to have to dry them dang shoes out every single day to be able to use them. Well, I got home and a pair of socks, I had to wash them in the bathtub, and then I took my shoes and washed them in the bathtub, and they're currently across the room in a warm spot with a fan on them, drying, so that they're ready for me for the next outing. And why? Because everything's just mud. So here sits Sty with all the time in the world, wanting nothing more than to be out in the woods. Everybody tells me, go buy yourself a good pair of what we call slickers, high top rubber boots. You can get a cheap pair even for $20 and just wear them out in a month or so. Yeah, okay. I used to wear them all the time. And if I don't get a high-end pair and I'm in just mud, I guarantee you, there'll be a step. There's going to be at least one step in my outing where I step in muck way over my ankle and I pull my leg up and my boot's going to stay where it is, and I'm going to step in the next step in a stocking foot that I'm going to have to stick back in the boot, and it'll be all mud, just mud around my foot, inside the boot. Just isn't worth it anymore. I just can't do that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to keep a very, very close eye on the weather, very close eye on the ground conditions, and when I believe that the ground will hold me without me sinking up halfway to my knees, I'm going to be out there pounding the brush, getting in the woods, and enjoying myself, and bringing it back to you folks in video form. That's what this is all about. We'll have to put up with the fact that right now it's just mud. I gotta get in there soon because those waterfalls are going to be awesome right now this time of year. And I'm praying that we'll get like 4 or 5 days without rain. That'll be enough for me to get in to some of these locations. So until we can get in there and it's not just mud, I guess Sty's going to just have to live with it. I've got new toys, lots of fun stuff to do this spring and summer and fall, and I can't put any of it to use right now because it's the worst conditions for that. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Somehow we're going to get around it so that it's not just mud. You wouldn't enjoy a video of me out there in just mud right now. Some people might say, well, that'd be fun, or maybe you'll fall down in it or something. But, sorry, but I don't want to be there. I don't want to do that. If I was a kid, I would. I'd say, yeah, let's do it. Let's get out there. So what? It's just mud. Just mud. I don't have it in them anymore to do that. So hopefully within the next week or two, I'm going to be hiking in the woods, and your Monday and Thursday videos are going to be a lot more entertaining. They're going to have a lot more to do with the actual outdoors, because it won't be just mud. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe I'll catch you guys on a Sunday, Sty Story Sunday. Hopefully you'll watch the next video that I post, which will be Thursday morning. Yeah, it is what it is. And you all remember, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you enjoyed this video, you can punch me in the ugly mug up here. You can please hit the thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up. Once you subscribe, you can ring that bell down below, and that bell will notify you whenever a stream is going live or whenever a video is being put up on my channel. Also, if you will, share this. Hit that share, and it'll let you share to Facebook, Twitter, anywhere you want to go. It gives you everything. So until the next one, hey, this is Sty telling you, I want you all to have a very, very nice day. Bye-bye.